Hi, I'm Abby, and today in my kitchen I'm going to show you how to make Kaufman 2 chocolate donuts. It's a fairly simple recipe to make. The only thing you're going to have to make sure you have beforehand is a donut pan. I ordered this one online because I couldn't find it in any store, but it was easy to get, and it's not very expensive either. First, we're going to start with our dry ingredients. We have coconut flour, cocoa powder, xylitol for our sweetener, baking powder, a little bit of salt, and we're going to mix all of these up together, get them nice and incorporated. Alrighty, that's nice and mixed, and now we're going to start adding our wet ingredients. I've got some melted butter, all that in there. Got vanilla, and 4 whole eggs. Alright, now start mixing these in, and you're going to get a nice thick batter. Now, the last ingredient that we're going to add to our batter is going to be some freshly brewed coffee. Now, coffee, when you add it into chocolate things, really brings out the flavor instead of just using water. So if you're baking with chocolate and cocoa, if the recipe calls for water, just go ahead and add coffee instead, and it's going to give it a really nice mocha flavor. And this is going to thin it out just enough to where we can put it in our pre-greased donut pan. Okay, now here's the part where it gets a little bit tricky, because you basically just have to spoon the batter into the donut rings. So we're just going to use a steady hand and just spoon it in. You don't want to get it too full. This makes about 10 donuts, so you don't want to get it super full, but you do want to fill them up to where you have a good size. And once you're done filling them in, go ahead and shake the the donut tin. Go ahead and shake the donut tin, and it kind of levels them all out on their own. So you can see I've got one that's not quite full, so I'm gonna add just a little bit more to that to make them even as possible. And add a little bit more of this one. Okay. Shake them back out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pop these in the oven at 325 for around 15 to 16 minutes. If your oven bakes a little bit hotter, you want to do a little bit less, just keep an eye on them. Okay, my donuts are out of the oven. I've got them nice right here on the cooling rack. I'm going to let them cool off as much as they can before I ice them. So right now I'm going to go ahead and make the icing. We're using xylitol again, some cocoa powder, a little bit of heavy cream, and the tiniest bit of vanilla. We're going to mix all that together. You notice it's really kind of dry and clumpy, which is why I have the rest of my cup of coffee that I brewed earlier. And I'm going to mix that in to thin it out. But this is the part where you're going to need to eyeball it, because you need to add just enough to where it's thin enough to make it into an icing consistency. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and ice our donuts. They're nice and cool. So what you gotta do is take a donut, dip it, rim it around, and there you go. Go ahead and sit on your plate. There you go. And let's do one more. Going to do these for right now. These take about, if you want them to set really hard, they take about half an hour to set fully, or you can just go ahead and eat them right now. The coffee really brings out the flavor of the chocolate. Oh, these are so good. These are great. You can pre-make them. You can set them in your freezer or your fridge if you want to make them for like a fun family Saturday morning or anything like that. You can have donuts in the morning. For this recipe and for more, go on to knowthecause.com. Again, this is Kaufman 2, so you don't have to worry about fungus. It kills fungus. You can put a lot of spices in it if you want to make it even extra spicy. But yeah, enjoy the mess and have a great day.